And today we have a few men that I would like to kind of introduce you. I would like to show you, besides that you're super nice and successful in Forever Living, being a manager, that we are all just, regular, normal people, and that everybody else, men and women, should consider um, approaching men and introducing Forever Living business to men as well. So, Jula, how are you doing today?
Good, fantastic. Thanks for asking, Oliver, and welcome everybody. Welcome from Canada, US, India, and all over. And by the way, the Scandinavian leader, it's Kim Madsen, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, you go. Now I just
Kim
remember.
Madsen. Uh-huh.
Yeah, everything is great. I'm happy to be here and answer your questions. I'm happy to help other people as well.
Good. Well, first question, Jula, for you is when did you join Forever Living?
So I joined back in 2008 when I got my work permit in Canada. I was working at the Rockies nearby in Calgary, and my sister back home in Hungary was talking always about products she ordered from a local distributor, and then how she's happy with the skincare and the drinks and other products. And that time I was in UK, and then I ordered a few products from a distributor, and then I came to Canada and I did some research. And basically, what happened is I connected with this bald gentleman over there in Toronto. His his name is Oliver, and because he sent me some samples to try, and that's how I got connected and involved with Forever and with network marketing. I tried the products. I registered immediately, and then after a few months, I didn't even notice that I had no idea what the marketing plan. And I didn't even notice that within 2 months I ordered products, and then I looked back in next time and it was like I got this huge discount. And so I had no idea that I already qualified for the assistant supervisor position. So that was pretty impressive. And then we started to work together. Oliver came to Calgary a few times, so we have a great relationship. And then that's how I started.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. 2008. My goodness, how many years is that? I can do the math like that.
Boy, it's
Looks like
gonna be like 23 years.
17, 18 years. Wow, almost 20 years.
I know, right?
Through connection, through samples, and then little by little, I know you became manager, and
Mhm.
you first obviously you became supervisor, and we kept working. We stayed in touch, and manager, and almost 20 years. Wouldn't it be nice for you guys to have a distributor, to have someone who joins and then buys products continuously, works with you, and not only works, but you know what? Julia is really a fun guy. Beside that, he's like almost bald like me,
Mm.
but super nice and super great friend. So great to have you in the business. It's always pleasure to get together. Last time we met, it was in Phoenix, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was last year in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it's fun to meet people in different places, different cities, different countries. So it's super nice. And now you are manager in Forever Living, recognized manager. Jula, can you tell us what worked or what works the best for you to grow the business? How do you find people and how do you sell products?
Sure. So I became a manager back in a COVID time. I guess that was about like 4 years ago. And how it started when our company introduced the first this new version of becoming a manager, because as you guys may know, our marketing plan requires 120 case credits in 2 consecutive months to become a manager. And just a few years back was introduced the different option, which was a 4 months, 3-4 months qualification for 150 case credit. So if you break it down for 4 months, that's 37.5 cc, and that's the way I took the position. So basically, you qualify every month minimum 37.5 cc, and that's when it adds up. You pass the 150 and you become a manager. And then you have this significant discount. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness, you can buy the products pretty much 50%. And once you retail, then you have 48% profit in your pocket. So it's basically, I started different ways. I started to introduce products to social media through Facebook, and then sharing products with the trial packs. And also I started to have few tabletops in different locations, in different communities. Sometimes they have these events like even like a Christmas events or like a small business events where you can just rent a table, you bring your products over there, have some aloe vera drinks to try. You can give some samples in order if they leave their information so you can follow up with them, of course. And then I'm thinking right now to introduce these products in retirement homes, because that would be also a great advantage for people. Not only listen, because of course retirement home, they don't have much activities for people there, for elderly. So they would be happy to learn more about our company, try the lotions, try the drinks, because they have all kinds of illnesses, unfortunately, right? As we grow old, we develop all kinds of problems, and our products is fantastic to help them. So this way also you can have a few extra customers, right? And basically the marketing plan requires only, as we know, 4 case credits to being active, which means you use the products on a regular basis, you retail some products, and then you can also sponsor even every single month. So, depends. These case credit adds together, and then you are active. So this is why right now I'm trying to focus on, and of course have always great relationship with your customers, with your future prospects, and then just introduce the business side as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. There are many different ways how to do it. And, now that it's even became easier to be 4cc active, either through products, and now we can become 4cc active even without purchasing products for ourselves or selling any products. You can really just sponsor 2 people with a pack, and you're active for that month, and you have a whole month to do it. So it's becoming more accessible, more, I would say, diverse. So different people can do it different way. You can do it online, you can do it offline. As long as you put in the work, you can make it happen. So very good. Thank you, Julia, so much for sharing some of your insights.
Thank you, Oliver.
Always great to have you and talk to you and work with you. It's been always a huge pleasure to work with you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Good. All right. Now, moving from this continent to another one, Jahan is ready with his flag in the background and his super awesome face in the foreground. Not many of you know Jahan, but Jahan is my awesome friend. Once we got connected, once we clicked right away, and we have been doing webinars and few different things many times. He's super young. Unlike me, he's young. I'm old. He is also good looking, unlike me. And he has hair, and I have no hair. Like just almost like opposite, man. So, but also very enthusiastic with a great smile. He is from India, living in India, great leader. And I wanted also to show you guys. I'm connected with a lot of people, but I picked handful of few people that I wanted to bring just to have a big diversity, that you can see that we have men and even young people are interested and successful in our business. So, Jahan, how are you doing?
Am I audible to you?
Yes, we can hear you. You're on.
Yes,
You're
yes.
awesome.
Thank you, thank you. I'm good. Thank you for having me, Oliver. Yeah, I hope you are having good time, because
Yes,
with Oliver we always have a good time, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
So, Jahan, I have a few questions for you. First question is, tell us, when did you join Forever Living?
I joined 4 years back. Okay. It was 2021. I joined.
Mhm.
At that time, I was 21-year old as well.
Okay, okay.
That was the year when I joined Forever Living Products. Yes.
Fantastic. Now, tell us, how did you join as a young man at 21? What created that interest that you became interested to join Forever Living?
Okay. So I just want to let you know, let everyone know that I live in India. You can see from my background, and there are a lot of people living in this country, more than 1.5 billion people. Okay. So the opportunity in our country to make money or make career is like finding a coin from a sea. Okay, so we were I was personally very scared of my future. Okay, I was going to college, Oliver. I was studying in my college, and I was seeing my senior. Okay, sorry, I got mute. I was seeing my seniors' future, like what they are doing. They were pass out from the same college that I was studying, and I was seeing them delivering foods. They were toppers, and the lack of opportunity in our country, and after getting good marks, getting nice degrees from the college, they are doing the work like delivering foods, okay, driving Uber and all. So I was scared about my future, so I just went online to search some opportunities. Okay, so there is an app, there is an application in India called OLX where we sell things. I believe there are many apps in your countries as well that we can put our stuffs online. Okay, so there was an app called OLX, and it had a job section. Okay, and thereon my sponsor was had set up a ad for Forever Living Products. Okay, she put a poster over there, written like, if anyone wants to do a part-time work, they can drop their contact number and our team will contact you. So I just dropped my contact number over there, Oliver, and I got a call from my sponsor. She invited me to a webinar. Okay, I saw Forever Living for the first time. I saw Forever Living for the first time online. Okay, and they were showing lifestyle of some people. Okay, some managers, they were showing international trips. They were showing young people having good cars, having good life. They were showing housewives having good life. So I was interested, but at the same time, I was having doubt because the amount of money, Oliver, they were showing was out of my syllabus. I can't
Mhm.
trust because we can understand how much money we are making after coming in Forever. No other person can believe who is just seeing the opportunity. So I was scared, but when I went online, I saw Forever Living Products Wikipedia, I saw Forever Living Products website, Forever Living Products on YouTube. It was everywhere. So it was executing, what is that word, like killing, what is that word in English, like killing all my doubts.
Crushing all your doubts.
Execution. Yeah, okay. So it was killing all my doubts away. And then I started this business. It was very tough to arrange money for 2cc for me because I come from a farming background. My father was not earning that much, so that he could provide me the money for 2cc. So I arranged it by myself, and I completed my 2cc. And in just 2 months, I completed my supervisor level. In 4 months or 5 months, I was assistant manager. In 7 months, I was manager. And in 9 months, I brought a car in my home and so many things and all those stuff. So that was the reason. I was scared for the future, like what I'll be doing in the future. And the lifestyle I wanted, I saw in Forever. So I joined Forever.
Good, awesome. That's an incredible story because there's so many people looking for work, so many people looking for jobs,
Yes.
and we're not. I feel like we're not sharing it enough. We're not posting enough. So
Yes. Yes.
that's what we need to do. Here in Canada, we have Kijiji where we can post, job offers. It's completely
Yes.
free. We just have to be consistent and do it. We have also Facebook Marketplace
Yes,
although
yes.
they're not allowing like to post specifically opportunities, but there's always way you can be creative and post it, and once somebody responds to you, you can introduce them. But I also see you had pretty good or pretty fast success with Forever. You became
Yes.
manager pretty fast and you qualified for car bonus pretty fast. So if you could share with us what is your way or what is your secrets, what is your secret sauce that you
Okay.
were using to become successful that fast?
I personally believe that I will make you walk in my shoes when I was on my way to the success after I started the business. The main thing that I was doing was learning, self learning. My sponsor is teaching me stuffs, that is different thing. Okay. But what I am learning from myself or from YouTube is the best thing you can have it, because you will work on those things that you are lacking. If you're lacking in invitation, you go on search invitation network marketing, you will get hundreds of videos. You can see 10 or 15 videos, you will be having a nice nice confidence after those videos. If you're having an objection regarding closing, or you are having an objection regarding follow up, you're not good in follow up, you're not good in selling, if you're not good in closing, you go on YouTube, you search network marketing closing, you will get hundreds of videos. You don't have to go on scrolling everything, or you don't have to go through all the videos. You just see 10 or 15 videos or 5 videos, you will you'll be better than you was. Okay, you were. So my main thing was, Oliver, that I was at late nights or whatever, like I have now, like when I am earning, I spend most of my time watching movies. Okay, so same thing you have to do, watching YouTube videos regarding learning. Improve your skills first of all. If you have all the skills, like if you are good in invitation, if you are good in lead generation, if you are good in follow up, if you are good in closing, then you will achieve everything, because it's easy. You know how to go. It's on you when to go.
Good. And
So
then
the
once you
main
have
thing was
Mhm.
self learning. Yes.
Self-learning. Okay, so that is a that is your success.
Yes.
That is your secret to your success. So if you feel like you're not good in something, and you're right, today with internet access to information is easy. It's
Easy.
never easier. The only challenge is there's also a distraction part. We need to be focused on learning and not, doing other things.
Yes.
But
And Oliver, there were a few more things that I was doing. Like, if I remember my old days, I was really excited. I was enjoying my work. I was having fun. Okay, I was traveling here and there to meet people. Okay, I was loving it, posting videos. It was fun because it was new to me. Okay, there were some negative people around my area who were talking negative things about me, but it was fun. I knew where I am going. I knew how my sponsor made it to that place. Okay, I knew how he became manager from AS level. Okay, so it was killing all the negativities away, and vision was clear. I was excited. I was enjoying. So that was the main thing. I was loving it. The work is really, really amazing, and and we call it here the most beautiful business on the earth. We call it that, and we
yeah,
feel proud about that. Like
just,
it is really the most beautiful business in the world.
just like the book from Rolf Kipp, right?
Yes, yes, the book. Yes.
Good. And now it sounds easy. It sounds, you got introduced to the business. You found a way to get money to get 2 CCs. You were on the way, and you're crushing your goals pretty fast. Now, you must have had some challenges. What are the challenges that you had on your way?
Challenges. There were challenges. First of all, the challenges what we face in India is the money problem.
Hmm.
Before starting the business. Okay, that we don't have enough money in India. It's a big country, but people here don't have enough money. So the first challenge was 2cc. Okay, and I completed it. I don't want to share. If you want to know that how I did, I'll sum up in short way. Okay, I had given some money to my friends. I collected it back. Okay, and I made a list of 50 people. I made a list of 50 people and I asked them money, like we do prospecting, right? Okay. So I made a call to everyone asking some money, and 10 or 15 people gave me the money. From that, I completed my 2cc, and within a month, I returned them all. Okay.
Mhm.
So after completing my 2cc, here the image of network marketing was very bad, really very bad. Okay, even we are struggling for the work, but still it was very bad when I started, because no one will, no one believes in your efforts. The people will believe only on your result. They don't matter. Like if you are a sports person, okay, if you are a sports person and you haven't made it yet, just a moment. If you're a sports person and you haven't made it yet, no one will come and cheer you up. Nothing will happen. It only happens when you have made it up. So the main challenge was negativity, Oliver. Okay, but the vision was clear. When I started making money, people were sharing memes to me as well. Do you get memes, network marketing memes? Is it
Yeah.
there in your place? If it's not there, we have that thing, memes. They were creating funny videos. Okay, they were sharing it to me. But when I started making money, the videos, the memes, the trolling were gone. So the main challenge was this thing, negativity, and then we faced leads problem. Okay, there were problem every month, different kind of problem, and we came over that. There are so many ways how you can generate leads. If you go to YouTube, you will get thousands of techniques how you can generate leads. You can follow one of them. Okay, so we came over the negativity, we came over the leads, and we were not having a good training system. We came over that, and like that was the main challenge. And if we get a new challenge, we will overcome everything. So it's not new. If you are AS, you are supervisor, you are manager. If you are Oliver, you are Martha or Michael. Okay, you will get daily new challenges. But the best thing about them, a best thing about a leader is that they will overcome every challenge. So you may get challenge, but there is always a way. There is always a way.
Good. So from what I see is, once you have a solid belief, and once you
Yes.
believe and you know where you're going, you know your goal, then all these challenges, whatever they are, you always find a way to overcome that challenge, and then every time you overcome a challenge, you're closer to reaching your goal and your what you want out of it. Good. Thank you for sharing that. That's powerful.
Thank
I
you.
love how you explained these things. Now, tell us a little bit, what are your latest achievements? So, what is your position in Forever?
I'm a senior Eagle manager. I was in Phuket this year, so
Okay,
that was my latest achievement. Yes.
congratulations. So
Thank
you,
you. It
you
was
get
fun.
so you're senior Eagle manager. You get to travel. You get to enjoy great income. It's
Yes.
it's where you are. It's pretty impressive. Like in Western world, even if you live even here in Canada, United States, or West Europe and other well-developed countries, that's a lot of money that you're making. But
Yes.
for India, man, I think you're a superstar there.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes, I
have
am.
what do you say, 160K subscribers on YouTube.
160,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, that's
YouTube,
amazing.
and more than 30K on Instagram.
Uh-huh. Awesome.
Yeah.
So besides great income and lifestyle that you're enjoying, the traveling and your car bonuses, you also became famous. You're now a superstar.
A
So
little bit.
a little bit
Yeah.
at the age of 25. That is
Yes.
so impressive. So guys, what I wanted to show you with Jahan and his example. Thank you, Jahan, so much. It's always
Yes.
a pleasure to speak with you and share ideas and have you at the webinar. But what I wanted to show you is, when you see a young kid who is 21 looking for opportunity, sometimes, oh, they're too young. This is not gonna be for them. Our job should not be to decide for them. Our job is to introduce them to Forever, let them see the power of Forever and present them the best way possible we can, and let them decide if they want to become part of it or not. We're not here to convince other people. That's not our job. But our job is to introduce it to as many people as we can and let them decide if they want it. And if they do want it, then then our job is to help them, guide them, train them, coach them, and help them the most possible way we can. So that's awesome. Thank you, Jahan, so much. You're always inspiring, always positive, always smiling, and I look forward to seeing you in Dubai.
Yes, I'll
That's
be there.
that's
Almost there.
wonderful. Almost there. Awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations on all your success, and I look forward to seeing you at the top, and more blessings to you and your family.
Yes, thank
All
you, sir.
right. We have two more gentlemen that I want to introduce you to, and I see Jack is here. Hello, Jack.
Got it.
Yes. Now we can hear you as well. Well done, Jack. Congratulations. I love that about you. Any challenges that they come just like Jahan, you find a way to overcome those challenges, and you come to the top above these challenges. So let me introduce you. For some of you may know, and some of you may not know, but I've known Jack also probably for 16, 17 years. First time we met in Vancouver, I was visiting my cousin, and then Jack said, "Come on over, let's do a meeting together." And to be honest, one way I was scared because I was not doing these meetings, but I prepared a presentation. I was working on this presentation for a week with all the products and different things, and we did an amazing job. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving me an opportunity and to grow in Forever with all that. And Jack is one of my uplines, as we call it in network marketing. So if Jack is my upline, and if you're my team, then Jack is also your upline.
Yes.
And many of you know Jack as being super awesome, always positive, always enthusiastic. He is Sapphire manager. He's chairman's bonus qualifier. He's been in business for many years. So let's find out a little bit more about Jack and his success with Forever Living. Welcome, Jack.
Good morning, everyone. I finally made it. I was the first one on this morning, Oliver, but my camera wasn't working. At that time I didn't know, and then I had to figure it out. So here I am.
You found a way. You found a way. Good.
Yes, sir.
So Jack, tell us, when did you join Forever Living?
I joined Forever Living. Many of you would, I guess some of you, all of you have probably been born. But anyway, I joined September the 1st, 1981.
1981. Jahan was not born then.
Oh, no. Because I've been in the business 44 years, almost 45 now. So
that's incredible. 45 years in business, and someone says network marketing doesn't work.
Well, it does if you keep doing it and doing it. That's it.
It works if you work.
I started part-time, really, because I had two businesses at that time. But I'll tell you what happened. I worked at a health retreat from the beginning, and then I came back to, we had a farm, and I was a mechanic, marine mechanic. So we came back there because Brenda, my ex, had arthritis bad. And I was out at a church camp. She had both knees operated on already. They scraped them off. It was a year and a half later, and she couldn't walk again. So I was out at this church camp, and there were about 8,000 people there. And I was talking to one of the fellows from Silver Hills' health retreat. Have you ever seen Silver Hills Bakery bread? That's where it came from. And so anyways, he was talking to me. He says, "Where's Brenda?" And I says, "Well, she has problem walking. She's got to have her kneecaps removed." He says, "I know someone that has something that might help her." And that was, can I say, a miracle? Because we were introduced to what happened is with all those people, an elderly couple walked in front of us in this huge crowd, and he said, "There they are, Stan and Jerry Kapners." So I drove back out the next evening, and they got me some heat lotion. She tried it, and she said, "What the heck is in this?" It was the first thing that relieved her pain. So then we were ready to go to a meeting across the line with them that week. We went, purchased some aloe vera juice. She took that. She never had her operation after that. So I guess for us, it was a miracle anyways.
Yeah.
So I started doing, I got my 4 cases. And if you check, I believe you'll find out I never missed 4 cases in that 40, almost 45 years of business. Every month, because I was told, Jack, if you do your 4 cases, your business has to grow. You know, when people say, I can't sell this stuff, people don't want it. I sat with a young lady yesterday and went over some things. She'd gone back to India for a while, so I gave her some things to start looking at. I says, take 5 products, learn about them. Testimonies. I can remember Bill Lewis. A lot of you know Bill Lewis in our office. His father and Bill Lewis them were #1 Shaklee people in the world, in the US. His father was introduced by Rex to Forever Living products and had some good results with it. So he decided to work at it more, and it grew like crazy. But he had like a sheet of paper like this, and he had it folded and folded till he got to little squares like this. On every one of those squares, he had a testimony, a story that he had heard. And he would open it up whenever he needed anything. I'll tell you what, facts tell, stories sell. You talk to anybody, I sit here. This week I posted I had my largest order ever in Forever Living. My order was over $3,000. So, and that is just because, and it's one guy and he uses that product all himself. He usually purchases about every 2.5 months, 1,500, I'd say on an average. But this time it was over $3,200, something like that. Incredible. And people say, how do you sell these products? What do people do? And I said, you know, how many, we have 7,000, about 600 acres now, 7,600 acres. Just think of that. So I just tell them we have 7,600 acres. Somebody's got to be buying it, you know, that's for sure. And I try now to work a lot of times with my people so they understand everything. You know, like you talk about your master class, your boot deal. I like them to understand what they're doing before they really get involved in it. And then they're willing to get their journey back and you can work with them. So I worked with that and I did the Forever Living products on a part-time basis and that. I think it was about 2 years before I got my first car. No, it was almost 4. A Lincoln Formal at that time. And I've driven, I'll tell you, you want to see how much money I've saved? I've been driving cars from Forever Living since 1985. Can you imagine how much that is? Now, I didn't get a new car every time. Like I've hung on to my car because I like the car I have now. So I just hang on to it. And it's good to have that extra cash coming in to use for whatever you want. And so what else do you want me to talk to you about?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I have a few more questions, of course, but just for some new people who don't know, basically in our business, in Forever Living, it's a generous company. And besides income that company pays us based on our case credits, based on the points that we earn, we also have other things that we can qualify for. And one of those things is a car bonus or Forever to Drive. And this is extra payment that can be at different levels, up to $400, $600, and up to $800 a month extra payment that you can use for your car or something else, etc. And that's what Jack was telling us about. But what we want to find out, Jack, now is You are a software manager, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a big business. When you become software managers, that means that you helped 9 different people become recognized managers.
Yes.
And not only that, but they could have their own managers and they could have their own managers. So it is a huge organization. And I bet you probably have over 10,000 distributors in your team altogether. But we want to find out, there are many people who come into this business and they don't make it or they're not successful. What did you do differently, or what helped you become successful? What are the things that you were doing that worked really well? Maybe we can apply that and help us grow our business.
I'll still say, Jane Leach even says this for, she's one of the top distributors, the ones that don't know. She says the one-on-one is the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did a lot, is one-on-one with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I still do. And if you're doing stuff, Facebook and places like that are great, but you've got to be on there with them. This young gal that I said I was talking to yesterday, I told her, I said, you know what the problem is? Because she said she can't do it. And I says, do you drive? You have a driver's license? She says, no. I says, can you drive? She says, maybe a little bit. And I said, well, if you asked me to give you, or you were doing this and you had a car, let's say you had my Mercedes, and you have that and somebody told you that, would you give them the keys to drive your car? And she says, no. I said, then why? How do you expect me to help you if you won't learn how to drive? You have to learn, you have to come to the webinars, you have to come to the meetings we have so that you can learn, so you can drive your car properly. Then you can have the keys and go. It's the same thing. We get people on and we don't spend enough time with them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand. We say, here's the keys, go, And so it's, instead of multiple people we're looking at, maybe we need to zero in at least 5 people that we seriously work with that are willing to. I tell them, I says, I'll work for you as hard as you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her right straight, because I've known this gal for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they were in India when they signed up under me.
Yeah.
Visiting there and came here. And she wants to do something. So I said, okay, you're going back. You can study all this stuff. I showed her online. We've got, you take a look at the top. I said, you just take a look at the tool or the TV deal and you can get all kinds of training on there. I said, you can go to the company site, click on one of the pictures, the juice, it'll have a drop down. They said, really? I said, yeah.
Good.
I said, you can learn.
Yeah, I like that sentence. What did you say? I will work for you
as hard as you will.
As hard as you will.
I probably will work harder. You know that. I see you doing it, So, but people have to understand, but we need to teach them how to drive.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't, they're going to crash.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be gone. They may use it. I'll tell you, most of them will still use product. You asked me to say how I built. Well, product sales in my place here, I sell lots, like I see you do too, with big bunch of boxes there and that, So what I did here is I did every Thursday night, I did facials. COVID kind of kicked that out. But I had free facials and bring a friend. Just let me know. And they'd say, okay, you're going to do my facial. I said, no, you're going to sit there at this table and I'm going to tell you what to do and you do your facials. So first of all, I'll tell you what's good. That scrub that we have, the new one, is incredible. Get them just to do on one hand and not in the other. Okay? And then we'll have them do the stuff on their face. Then you get them to go and wash it off. And when they look at one hand and the other, they go, holy mackerel. It's cleared up. It's lighter than that. I have pictures of people that I have 45 minutes difference. They can't believe the difference that they will have using this non-surgical facelift. No, I'm having a trouble right now. I think we have too many skincare products. I don't know what the hell to use. I just tried the milk stuff. Do I shine better today?
Right. Yeah. You do look great, by the way. Yes.
But I would do the facials, and then when they're sitting there with it on, I'll talk to them about the products, and then I end up selling more products, regular products, and even the skincare. And
Yeah.
that's how it grows.
Okay. And I heard from Bill Lewis once, and he apparently heard from someone, whether it was Rex or someone very successful, but he said, when it comes to products, you put them either on them or in them,
In them or on them, that's it.
and let the products do the work, because our products are so amazing, so good, that they will do a lot of work by themselves, but we need to introduce it to people, because people don't know how they're good, how good they are, and they will never find out unless we introduce it to them.
Yeah.
And yesterday, one lady came, and she was buying some products, and I bought our 2 perfumes, and I said, I know that these 2 perfumes are new. You've never tried them. Would you like to try them? So maybe next time you may consider to. She wanted both of them right away, and that's the power of introducing. And if I didn't introduce it to her, she would not buy. Absolutely. So I also noticed you wanted to say something about that.
Yeah, show and tell for sure.
Mhm.
I had a lady here the other day, Indian lady, and I was talking about the honey, her and her husband. And she says, I don't like honey. And she says, a lot of my friends don't like it. I said, step up to my bar. I went to my kitchen, I go inside there on this side. I don't know if you know the demo. If you take a white deal, you put water in it,
Yeah.
put honey in, shake it around, and it'll turn back to a honeycomb.
Yeah.
She says, oh man, that's unbelievable. And I says, taste this. I got plastic spoons up. I gave her husband a nice full one, gave her about half, not even that. She took and she says, oh, that tastes good. We'll take a couple of those. I have a bag with that stuff in it and with the stuff to show the demo we do on the aloe, with that. And I take that with me. I show it to people all the time, show and tell.
Mhm.
And they will ka-ching, ka-ching.
Fantastic. It's been many years, and I know you traveled to many countries, many destinations. What is your favorite place that you went to with Forever Living?
Oh boy. I think Johannesburg.
Johannesburg. Okay. Okay.
It was very good. I met nice people there. I stayed there a month longer after. Lots of energy there. They do well. There were others. Dubai was great. Nice to see that. But with the people and what I did, I kind of enjoyed Johannesburg.
Awesome.
I think maybe that was Rex's last meeting he was at that we had.
Possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome. And I also know you may receive many chairman's bonus checks.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a tough one. Do you remember what was your biggest chairman's bonus check or
I
profit
think it was
sharing?
32 Canadian.
32,000 Canadian. Well done. Wow. So for other people who don't know, basically at the end of the year, company goes through all managers, and we qualify for this extra bonus. Sometimes we call it 13th bonus.
Yeah.
And this is additional bonus on top of our monthly payments and income. And company shares that extra bonus. We call it chairman's bonus. So we can all qualify for that as well. So that's impressive. Thank you, Jack, so much. We have one more guest, and we are coming to close to 1 hour. So I don't want to make too much of everybody's time. But thank you for sharing. Thank you for being on. Always pleasure. And thanks for overcoming these challenges with technology. You're doing great, by the way.
I'm ready for next time.
Okay. Yes. Now we have another special guest, and his name is Hector Garza. Many of you know Hector, my good friend. I've known Hector for many, many years, probably 15, 16 years since I started attending these different events and traveling. He was always there, so we would meet. But I think the first time we met in Phoenix, Arizona for one of the events. So Hector, welcome on board.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you for having me on board. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have a few questions for you as well. First question is, how long have you been with Forever Living?
Let's see here. In May of this year will be 32 years with Forever Living Products.
32 years. Wow, that is impressive. Again, if somebody says network marketing is not working, and we have all these examples of incredible people being with Forever Living for so many years, making income, having a great life, a great lifestyle, and everything surrounded by that. What were you doing before you started Forever Living?
Before Forever Living Products, I spent some time in the United States Marine Corps, and so my background is military. And when I left the Marine Corps, I became a policeman, and I'd been doing. I became a policeman in the state of Texas for 10 years before I was introduced to Forever Living Products. And for all of you out there who run into difficult people, I was that difficult person. I was definitely a no for network marketing.
Yeah, that was my question. Like, how in the world then, being a police officer, you ended up coming into network marketing, or selling toothpaste, or promoting these natural-based products? How did that happen?
Well, let me share with you that. Oops, my light went out here. But let me share with you that something that is so true, in the industry, and we run into difficult people a lot. And I just finished having a business meeting with some of the ladies over in Chicago, and that question was brought up. What was it about Forever that got me interested in the Forever Living Products business? And it was a change. And Rex used to say this all the time. He used to say, that we can change people's lives. We can change people's lives. And as you know, the story of Forever, when it first got started, and Rex, when he first had this idea about Forever, and I don't think that even Rex had an idea of the impact that idea was going to have for people around the world, like yourselves and the millions of other FBOs around the world. But I'm very grateful for what happened to me 32 years ago. And every one of you has the opportunity to change people's lives. And 32 years ago, this distributor with Forever Living Products had the courage, okay? And she had the courage to drive down the road and stop at the bank that my wife was working in. Okay, my wife used to work at a bank back then. So this FBO, she drove to the bank, walked inside the bank, she looked around, she saw my wife, and she went up to her and gave her a product brochure. That moment that happened changed my life, completely changed my life. That small act, okay? And every one of you has the ability to do that. I started drinking the aloe vera gel. I drank the aloe vera gel for a few weeks. And then we were invited to a business presentation. I didn't want to go. To me, network marketing was something, I was fine doing what I was doing, being a policeman. And, but my wife insisted. And so I gave myself the opportunity to listen to the business presentation, and boom, I was hooked. I said to myself, if this is true, because I still didn't believe, I said, if this is true, this could be an incredible thing for us. Okay, so I still didn't believe. So what I did is, we didn't have the internet back then. We couldn't go to Google. We couldn't do any kind of research online in a big way. But since I was in law enforcement, I had a friend of mine who worked with the Texas Attorney General's office, and I asked him. And his job as an officer with the Attorney General was to investigate companies, for fraud.
Mhm.
And I thought, perfect person, perfect person. So I called him up and I said, hey, I'm looking at this company. Can you give me, the information? The owner is Rex Mon. Its address is 7501 East McCormick Parkway in Scottsdale, Arizona. And do a background on this. It's like doing a background on a person, criminal background, but he was doing a background on Forever Living Products to see if there were any lawsuits, any pending litigation, any legal issues that they may have had. So he did his research, called me back and said, hey, Hector, you know what? Company is good. They don't have any issues, no problems, nothing in Texas, nothing, no federal lawsuits or anything like that. Looks like a legitimate company. So still, now that's why I say I was that difficult person. So I mean, okay, it's a good company, but the marketing program, this 5%, this 10%, this 13%, this 18%, supervisor, assistant manager, manager, this marketing program, I need to understand it. So what I did is I read the company policy, all of it, from every single page, and I would study it. And one of the areas that I studied the most was the marketing program. And I looked at that marketing program and I learned it and I knew it. And I thought, man, this can change our lives. That's when I decided to really jump in and get involved in Forever Living Products, the business. And 14 months later, I resigned as a police officer. I went to an event Forever had. Back then, they had the super rallies. Jack, you remember the super rallies?
Yes, can you
And
hear me?
now they're global rallies, but they were super rallies back then. And my first super rally, Oliver, I think you were also around when we had our super rallies. And it was in San Francisco, California. That was my first earned trip. And I sat in at the convention center there in San Francisco, California. And I watched everybody receiving their chairman's bonus checks and, all of the, awards and accolades that everybody was receiving. That was the very, very first time that I actually experienced Forever, because I'd seen the videos, product brochures, and all of that, but I was actually at an event where everyone was there, and I said, "This is incredible." I had never experienced anything like that before, and at that moment, I decided I want to do this full time. That's when I resigned from my position at the police department, and I decided to do Forever Living Products full time. And, it was one of the best decisions. But where did it start? It started with that FBO that shared that product brochure with my wife at the bank. So every one of us has the ability to change people's lives. So when right now, I am at the home office. I am a business development manager with Forever. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona right now, and of course I've had the privilege of working with everyone at the home office. We had a wonderful meeting yesterday with Aiden and with Greg and the rest of the executives and the rest of the staff. And Aiden said something that was, very, very enlightening. And it's not new, but we've heard it many, many times. But as we're getting ready to close the year, he was talking about the growth that Forever Living Products has experienced this past year. Where many companies are having difficulties financially, where many companies are closing, where there is a change of attitude in the network marketing industry, where many network marketing companies are abandoning the network marketing concept and going into direct sales. And after 47 years of excellence in Forever Living Products, the company, when Rex first had his very first meeting, at the Del Webb office in Phoenix, Arizona, Forever Living Products has experienced incredible growth around the world. And, we have an excellent team, executive team that's the backbone of Forever. And this year we're going to experience, once again, a growth, and, our growth is probably going to be somewhere around the area of about 4%. 4% doesn't sound like a lot, but let me tell you, when your company is selling billions and billions and billions of dollars, 4% is a significant growth. Okay, and that's where we're at. And Rex has changed the lives of millions of people around the world, and everyone here is a testament to that idea that Rex had. So whenever I approach it, I'm also an FBO. I'm a soaring manager with Forever Living Products. And whenever I approach somebody about the business or the products, my mindset is, I'm going to do something that's going to change that person's life. It's not about sponsoring them. It's not about selling them a product. It is about, I want them to experience what I have experienced with Forever these 32 years. I want to be that person that when they are asked about their story, that they say, this guy, Hector Garza, one day shared something with me that changed my life. And, when you approach the Forever business like that, it's not about selling. It's not about building your business. Rex used to say, if you want to achieve something in life, help other people achieve what they want in life. And when we approach the business about helping people to change their lives, you're going to see your business is going to be that much simpler. There have been difficult times, absolutely, and Rex has shared with us the biggest challenge that they received as a company, and that was back in 1983 when there was a huge freeze over in South Texas. And it was at the end of 1983, the beginning of 1984, and the company almost stopped existing back then because all of our aloe fields were frozen. They were gone. There was no product. The company was not able to, to pay bonuses because product wasn't being produced. It wasn't being sold. It almost stopped existing. But Rex kept it going. And this is the reason he kept it going. He kept it going because he says many distributors were depending on us. We couldn't let them down. And he pulled all the strings, everything that he needed to do financially to make sure that the FBOs were paid their bonuses that month. And, so we all have sacrifices that we have to overcome. And I just finished doing a meeting with a group from Chicago just before I jumped on board here. And it was on following up. And, one of the statistics that we find in the industry, and this is not just in Forever, but it is in the network marketing industry as a whole, 1 in 2 people will quit after their first contact with someone. That's 50%. 1 in 2, okay, will quit. 1 contact, that's it. They will quit. They'll never, ever experience the opportunity because they stopped. And if I had to tell someone what is the one thing that will help me to be successful, and I will tell them this all the time, never quit. Never quit, especially on a bad day. Never quit on a bad day. You continue, you continue, you continue, you continue. Okay. And every single FBO that I have met, and I've had the privilege to meet people from around the world, and in constant communications with different FBO leaders. And the same story is in all of them. The day they had a bad day, they never quit. They continue going forward. Okay, everyone. So we're going to have a great year, and every one of you are a part of that. And we're going to have a great next 47 years. Of course, we were very, very saddened with the passing of Rex. It's been been over 3 years. And the leadership that he brought to us was incredible. But the leadership that we have now with Greg and Hayden and Gary and Garen and Darren and, all of the rest of the staff at the home office that I have the privilege of working with every day are incredible. And their heart, and I say this with all confidence, the heart of all of these people working at the home office their heart is in this business, this company, to help it grow for the FBOs. And, Aiden and Greg and the rest of the executives, their heart is in making sure that we have a company, a strong, stable company, so that all of the FBOs that depend on this company for their income is going to be there. And I think if I had to say one sentence, it would be, you are all in the right company. You are absolutely all in the right company.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for the insights from the company. So as you mentioned, you work now also together with Team North America and in the home office. Besides that you are a distributor, you are also working there as an employee. So having these insights directly from the home office, from the heart of Forever, is just amazing. So again, thank you so much for your time. Your support is incredible. For others who don't know, on a different subject, last night, it was very late, 11, 12 p.m. here in Toronto, I send a message to Hector, and I'm thinking, okay, whenever he comes back to office, he's going to reply. 5 minutes later, I receive a response from Hector and says, Oliver, no problem. Let me take a look. He checked. Everything is fine. He said, but I'm also going to find out, and I'll let you know on Monday exactly with more details. So that's incredible to have you and everybody else at home office. We're very thankful and grateful to have amazing support like that.
Thank you, Oliver. That's what we're here for. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone. Johan, thank you so much for your story. I love it. Love listening to that. It's just incredible. And Jack, I've known you since my younger days.
Me too.
And everyone here, I've had many contacts with most of you here on this. And of course, we're getting ready for our event in February in Dallas, Texas, and we're going to have the opportunity to go visit Aloe Vera of America. They've grown. They've added Forever Nutraceuticals, and that is where all of our products are manufactured. And we're going to have the privilege of going in there and watching, looking, chatting with the lab technicians, with all of the people there. It's going to be an incredible event, and it's going to be one of our biggest events here in North America since I can remember. So we're really excited about that. I already have my Dallas. Well, actually, this was the global rally that we had in Dallas, but I already have my Dallas Cup ready for our event that we have in February.
Awesome. We're coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you again. So with this presentation, with this webinar, I wanted to showcase that do not ignore men. In spite that we have about 80-85% of women doing our business, but there are some great and amazing men doing network marketing. So if you know some men, I will make this presentation available in our group, so you can share it, introduce it to them, let them see what Forever is all about, what we are all about, and absolutely please don't take me in a wrong way. Equally, women are doing amazing job, and there's so many women leaders. Like our top leader in Forever Living is Honami and her husband, but she is a female. But this was just because I know that a lot of ladies and a lot of people think that Forever Living, being in a health and wellness company and having a lot of products for women, and that it's geared for women. Not at all. It's equal opportunity for all of us together. So thank you, Jahan. Thank you, Jula, Jack, Hector. It was great to have you here. So I will see you guys next Saturday, another time. Keep in touch. Thank you for your time. Wish you all the best, more power, more success. God bless, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to
so
see you
much.
guys.
Jack, Oliver, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you, Oliver.
See you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.